in a quick time without just prolonging it. We are seeing what is happening in the world. The two wars that are going on, there's no talk about termination, but we could make them reach a stage where they ask for a ceasefire, ask for termination of hostilities, and also we took a call as a nation to terminate those hostilities because our own objectives were met. I think this is something that the world needs to learn from us, and I have said this earlier also. During that conflict of 4 days, that is attacking the terrorist camps and thereafter giving them a befitting reply to their misadventures, trying to attack our civil population and attack our military installations. Our robust air defense infrastructure, was very, very important part of the whole plan, and that came in. It along with its all the three services, the Army, Navy, Air Force assets being merged together, the air defense assets, the counter UAV assets, and everything working under one combined control of IACCS. It worked out to be a game changer, and under that they were almost not allowed to any freedom to do anything. And our long-range SAMs, the long-range SAMs that we had procured recently and operationalized, that again, turned the table on them. We could look deep inside their territory. We could make sure that they were not able to operate even within their territory, up to a certain distance. And it will go down in the history that longest kill that we achieved of more than 300 kilometers by that. And it seriously curtailed their activities. Of course, as far as offensive action is concerned, the indigenously developed weapons, the indigenously integrated weapons were used, long-range weapons were used with good precision, and pan front, about 1,200 kilometers of border front, and deep inside enemy territory up to almost 200 plus kilometers inside. We were able to strike. We were able to strike with precision, with minimal collateral, trying our best not to have any casualties from civilian side. And we were able to bring them to their knees in, actually speaking, one night of intensive operations. And, the ability of Air Force to be able to deliver this catastrophic firepower, and it has been shown, I think, first time after 1971, and this is something that a nation has not seen in the recent past. And our own motto this year, that has been Achuk, Bhede, Evam Satik, has been proven in this operation, if I can say. Achuk, जो अपने मिशन से कभी चूकता नहीं है, जो अभेद्य, impervious, जिसको कभी भेदा नहीं जा सकता, और सटीक, the precision which was shown in our strikes, which जिसका सबको पास सबूत है, open source में the satellite images are showing the kind of hits that we were able to achieve. तो ये जो अचूक, अभेद्य और सटीक, हमने अपने आप को actually प्रूव किया इस ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में, and ये सिर्फ एक इंडियन एयरफोर्स की अचीवमेंट नहीं थी. ऑपरेशन सिंदूर एक और बात में बहुत मायने रखता है कि हम तीनों सर्विसेज ने एक साथ प्लानिंग करी है, एक साथ एग्जीक्यूशन करा है, और इस मिशन को अंजाम तक पहुंचाया है. तो ये एक बहुत बड़ी बात है जो पहली बार हुई है, जब राइट फ्रॉम प्लानिंग स्टेज तीनों सर्विसेज ने काम एक साथ किया है. एक बात मैं इसमें जरूर कहना चाहूँगा कि इस मिशन में आप लोगों ने, आपने और आपके साथियों ने, मीडिया ने एक बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले किया है, क्योंकि जो फॉग ऑफ वॉर, जिसे हम पहले कहते थे लैक ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, क्या हो रहा है, कहाँ क्या हो रहा है, वो आजकल उसका जो मतलब थोड़ा चेंज हो गया है. आजकल plethora of misinformation is causing fog of war. चारों तरफ मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन है. तो हमारे मीडिया ने बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से उसको हैंडल किया। काफ़ी जगह पे काफ़ी चैनल्स ने, काफ़ी मीडिया पर्सनल ने उसको क्लैरिफाई किया है, जो जो गलत न्यूज़ फैल रही थी, क्या फेक न्यूज़ फैल रही थी। और मतलब इफ़ आई कैन से दैट फौज का कंधे से कंधा मिला के साथ दिया। और इस सब में ये एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट हो जाता है कि जो हमारे सोल्जर्स हैं, जो हमारे फील्ड में काम कर रहे हैं, वो लोग इन सब मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन से अफेक्ट ना हो, हमारे जो जनरल पब्लिक है उसका जो मोराल है वो डाउन ना हो। तो उसमें जो आप लोगों ने सहयोग दिया और आप लोगों ने जो काम दिया है वो बहुत सराहनीय है। और मैं आप सबके इसके लिए आप सबका और आपके साथियों का धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा। मे भी कोई एक दो चैनल्स थे जो कुछ और कह रहे थे और कुछ और किसी और तरफ जा रहे थे, लेकिन जनरली majority was totally in sync with what was happening and in sync with the fighting for one nation, which is very, very commendable. As far as other than Sindoor, other than operations, what is concerned is, of course, we have been consistently demonstrating our commitment towards humanitarian aid in disaster relief operations or any time aid to civil authorities that is required. इस साल बहुत सारे ऐसे ओकेजन आए जब भारतीय वायुसेना को ये काम करना पड़ा। बिहार, तमिलनाडु, असम, जम्मू कश्मीर, जगह जगह पे, एंड वेदर इट वाज असम का कोल माइन कोलैप्स या फिर सेलम का टनल रेस्क्यू या एवलांश इन माना, Manipur landslide, या floods in various states like Assam, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, सब जगह पे हमारे जहाज़ों ने, हमारे soldiers ने, हमारे गरुड्स ने, along with other agencies like Army, Navy, NDRF, उन सब के साथ मिल के सहयोग दिया और ये काम किया है। ऑपरेशन सिंधु में इंडियन एयरफोर्स के जहाज़ों ने जो evacuation किया है from international crisis zone, airlifting a lot of personnel and of Indian origin back to India. Also during various international crises like Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, Kenya, वहाँ पे भी हमारे एयरक्राफ्ट, हमारे पर्सनल या तो मटेरियल लेके गए हैं या बाकी रिलीफ ऑपरेशंस वाले इक्विपमेंट लेके गए हैं या एनडीआरएफ की टीम्स को डिप्लॉय कराया गया है. So the compassion, speed and reliability with which Indian Air Force has delivered hope, under these hazardous conditions, it embodies the ideal, highest ideals of service before self. Also, जो ये एक साल निकला है उसमें हमने बहुत सारे बाकी कंट्रीज़ के साथ बायलैटरल और मल्टीलैटरल एक्सरसाइजेस करी हैं. ये एक्सरसाइजेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाती हैं क्योंकि इनके थ्रू हम अपने विचार उन तक पहुंचा सकते हैं, उनके विचारों को ग्रहण कर सकते हैं, कुछ नया सीख सकते हैं, कुछ सिखा सकते हैं. और सबसे ज़्यादा है कि आपका जो आपस में एक रैपो बन जाता है इंटरनेशनल फोरम में, वो बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. सो इसमें जितनी भी एक्सरसाइजेज हुई हैं, आई कैन काउंट अ फ्यू कंट्रीज लाइक यूएई, इजिप्ट, ग्रीस, फ्रांस, सिंगापुर, इन सब के साथ लास्ट ईयर हमने एक्सरसाइज करी हैं, कुछ बायलैट्स और कुछ मल्टीलैटरल. एंड हर जगह से जहाँ पे भी मेरे को इनके सीनियर ऑफिसर्स या चीफ्स या किसी भी हाई ऑफिशियल से मिलने का मौका मिला है, मेरे को इस बात का बहुत गर्व है कि सब जगह हमारी टीम्स की, हमारे जो लोग वहाँ जाते हैं, काफ़ी प्रशंसा हुई है. कई लोगों ने स्पेशली मुझे कॉल करके ये बोला है कि द वे आर टीम्स हैव कंडक्टेड, द वे दे हैव बीन एबल टू orchestrate things there, they are very happy and they would like to continue this cooperation. So that has been a good success in the past 1 year. And अगर मैं स्पेस डोमेन की बात करूं तो वहाँ पे ये साल हमारे लिए एक स्वर्णिम अक्षरों में लिखा जाने वाला साल रहा, क्योंकि एक्सियम 4 मिशन में हमारे अपने एक पायलट ग्रुप कैप्टन सुभांशु शुक्ला उसमें गए थे, तो वो हम सब ने देखा है. उसके अलावा इन जो 4 गगन नॉट्स को सिलेक्शन, उनकी ट्रेनिंग, उनका जो करिकुलम, उस सब में हमारा योगदान रहा है. और इनका जो एक जो गगन गगनयान का जो हमारा ह्यूमन इन स्पेस का जो हमारा एक प्रोग्राम है, उसके लिए जो कैप्सूल तैयार हुआ है, उसके भी ड्रॉप टेस्ट में हमने इस साल योगदान दिया। वो ड्रॉप टेस्ट हमारी एयरक्राफ्ट के थ्रू किया गया था, जो सक्सेसफुल रहा है। सो नाउ वी हैव Rakesh Sharma, and along with that now we have Shubhanshu Shukla, who has joined the gang who people who have been in space, and both of them happen to be Air Force people. So I'm very proud of that. Now we just cannot rest on our past laurels. ये जो साल गया है ये अच्छा गया है, लेकिन हमें आगे क्या करना है ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। एंड ये भी ज़रूरी है कि हम सिर्फ पिछले हुए साल से ही सिर्फ के बारे में मत सोचते रहे, हम आगे भी सोचें। एंड वी ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट द कैरेक्टर ऑफ वॉर इज़ एवर चेंजिंग, एंड जो अगली लड़ाई होगी, द नेक्स्ट वॉर इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू बी एग्जैक्टली लाइक द प्रीवियस वन, इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी डिफरेंट। सो उसके लिए हमें अपनी थिंकिंग कैप्स हमेशा ऑन रखनी है, और अभी रेडी तो रहना ही है, नाउ रेडी के साथ साथ हमें फ्यूचर रेडी के लिए भी काम करना है। सो दैट वर्क इज पैरेलली गोइंग ऑन। वी आर टू ट्रांसफॉर्म आवरसेल्व्स टू अ मल्टी डोमेन कैपेबल एरोस्पेस पावर, एंड व्हिच इज capable of protecting the interests of the nation, and it's a credible military instrument of choice across the entire spectrum of conflict. So for this we have drawn out a roadmap up to 2047, which is a Vision 2047, which has been drawn out, and we are working towards that. That roadmap is not cast in stone. Obviously, it's 20-25 years ahead. Thinking about that is it's a tough task, especially in these kind of technologies, the way things are changing. But as of today, what we expect, the way that things should turn, we have drawn out our own roadmap, and we are working on that. And of course, we are also looking at what is happening around the world so that we can make some minor changes to that. So the vision that we have drawn out in that is, of course, built around Atmanirbharta, because I fully understand, all of you understand also that आत्मनिर्भरता बहुत ही ज़रूरी है अगर हमें कल को एक सुपर पावर बनना है, अगर हमें इंडिपेंडेंट बनना है। नहीं तो हम किसी ना किसी पे डिपेंड करेंगे, तो जब हमें ज़रूरत होगी हमें वो इक्विपमेंट नहीं मिलेगा, या जो हमें इक्विपमेंट मिलेगा उसकी हम पूरी तरह उसको एक्सप्लॉइट नहीं कर पाएंगे, या जब वो आउटडेट हो रहा होगा उसको हम आगे नहीं ले जा पाएंगे। तो इसके लिए आत्मनिर्भरता बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो उसके लिए जो काम देश में चल रहे हैं हम सबको पता है। ऑफ कोर्स LCA Mark 1A के तो ऑर्डर्स प्लेस्ड हैं, एक ये Mark 2 का ये एयरक्राफ्ट प्रोग्राम्स हैं, उधर प्रचंड के ऑलरेडी R&D पार्ट हो चुका है। लाइट यूटिलिटी हेलीकॉप्टर ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीशन स्टेज में है। IMRH की प्लानिंग शुरू हो गई है। मीडियम ट्रांसपोर्ट एयरक्राफ्ट का डिज़ाइन चल रहा है। एंड इसके अलावा वेपन साइड में अगर मैं बात करूं तो अस्त्र, उसके वेरियस वर्जन्स, देन आकाश सरफेस टू एयर वाले में आकाश नेक्स्ट जनरेशन, कुशा लॉन्ग रेंज वेपन, ऑफ कोर्स प्रलय, ब्रह्मोस मिसाइल्स, द स्मार्ट एंटी एयरफील्ड वेपन्स। इसके अलावा AEWNC एयरक्राफ्ट, उसमें जो काम चल रहा है, एंड वेरियस रडार्स, अश्लेषा, अश्विनी, अरुद्रा। सो ये सब हम इन सब में अपनी सपोर्ट दे रहे हैं। इन सब में हमारी टीम्स DRDO के साथ, HAL के साथ लगी हुई हैं, जो इसका आगे प्रोग्रेस मॉनिटर भी कर रही हैं, और अपने जो आइडियाज़, अपने जो सजेशंस है वो भी दिए जा रहे हैं। लेकिन ये भी एक बात हमने ध्यान में रखी है कि हम आत्मनिर्भरता की तरफ तो बढ़ेंगे ही, लेकिन टू बी नाउ रेडी वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट in case we are not able to catch up with technology, then we need to take some different kind of measures. Maybe if required, we go in for some strategic kind of partnership where some aircraft, some system that we immediately need the technology can be brought to India and can be manufactured in India. This will help us in two ways. One is quick, filling up of our gaps. And second is infusion of technology in India and helping our own R&D sector absorb and become better in that technology. So the work is on towards this to look at what is possible from the world which can be incorporated in this part. Otherwise, Indian government has taken a lot of initiative in supporting, in encouraging the small industries, the MSMEs, the startups, and again, Indian Air Force is doing its best to encourage these people. We already have a Directorate of Aerospace Design, DAD, which is working. Actually, it is doing a job of a DAD. It is, hand-holding. It is taking them forward like a good dad and helping them achieve their goals. So a lot of work towards the development of indigenous products by these sector is on. We have to, like I said, we have to strike a balance in what we should do immediately and what is the long run, and that is being done. As far as the holistic, system for defense of India, which Honorable Prime Minister also talked about, the Sudarshan Chakra. So we've already put our heads together in this, all the three services, and along with DRDO, and we have started working towards developing a system which will, of course, have the IACCS, our own integrated air command and control system, as the heart of this, and it will have all the elements so that it becomes, and it is, it falls under that the three criteria of testing: Achuk, Abhedya, or Sateek. Future warfare, like I said, or like we did it in Siddur, it will always require integrated approach with not just the three services, but also all other agencies coming together of the DRDO and DPSUs, and we have to make sure that whatever lessons we have learned from Sindoor, wherever we were good, wherever we think we could have done better in terms of integration, we should progress towards that. And a lot of work is going on towards this, developing some integrated structures so that these become more formalized structures rather than ad hoc. So that we can have collective strength. कहते हैं एक मिल के 11 बनता है, एक दो नहीं होते हैं, तो वैसा ही. As far as one thing I want to say, in the past 1 year, courtesy of Sindoor, the relevance of air power has come to fore. How fast, how deep, how offensively can air power strike and achieve your, conflict termination criteria. So that has come to fore, and this is something which may have been, I won't say forgotten, but may have lost sight of in routine, day-to-day things. And now we have to make sure that this part is not forgotten, and this part is understood by everybody, and this air power continues to get its relevance. When I say air power, doesn't mean only Indian Air Force. Air power includes everything that flies, everything that uses medium of air, whether it is by Army, Navy, civil aviation, or anything. So, in the end, I just want to assure the people of India, मैं सभी भारतीयों से ये अपना वादा करना चाहूँगा कि भारतीय वायुसेना जब भी कभी ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, जिस भी तरीके से ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, अपनी ड्यूटीज़ को बखूबी निभाएगी. हम अपनी तरफ से फुल्ली कमिटेड हैं इसके लिए और कमिटेड रहेंगे. मैं यही बात अपने सभी एयर वॉरियर से कहता हूँ जब भी मैं कहीं भी जाता हूँ कि वी हैव टू बी a citizen first, a nationalist first, and thereafter be an air warrior, and we'll continue to be that. With that, thank you very much for your coming here and joining us in this. And we are looking forward to this week of celebrations and also introspection. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome questions now. We'll start with the agencies first. Vishal.
Afternoon, sir. Vishal from Indigenous. Sir, you've just spoken at length about self-reliance and also operational readiness. So my question would be on the progress made on the AMCA, and also with President Putin expected by December, is S-57 also on your radar?
Ajit.
Sir, morning. This is Ajit Dubey from ANI, sir. Sir, you talked about Op Sindoor. Now it's been almost 4 or 5 months since that happened. Can you tell us, sir, how many Pakistani aircraft, both on ground and in air, were shot down by the Indian Air Force? And sir, do you think with the proposed induction of 114 Rafales, you would be able to protect the nation in a much better way?
PTI. Anas.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Manas Pratim Bhayan from PTI, Press Trust of India. So after Operation
Should you speak a little louder, please? I can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. This is Manas from PTI, Press Trust of India. So in the last few weeks, you have been talking about primacy of air power for national security. And in your address at the Ransambad in Mo, you talked about the need for the armed forces not to succumb to any pressure to roll out theater commands. And a day after your comments, the Chief of Defense Staff talked about certain dissonance in the armed forces about theater commands, and he said that we will discuss and sort out these issues. So in your speech, you talked about the need for setting up a joint command and control center in Delhi. So what is IAF's clear view about theater commands? Are you game for it, or you are basically not going to agree to it? Thank you.
Can I take them or no? मैं भूल जाऊंगा नहीं. Okay, so I'll take it on one by one. As far as self-reliance and op readiness is concerned, can you, your voice was also not very clear, but what I understood was that AMCA program, where is it? So I think that question can be best answered by ADA or Chairman DRDO, exactly, because we do get our feedback time to time, but exactly where is it in terms of, as of today, he should be able to answer better. As I understand, it is going to fly in this decade, in 2020s, 28, somewhere, that is the first flight planned. And by 2035, supposed to be inducted and operationalized in Indian Air Force as of now. So it's a tough task if you look at it from point of view the way LCA Mark 1 has gone. But at the same time, now they have got a lot of experience behind them. So if, and also we have some new model which is being tried out, that is the industry model, where the private industry is being allowed in this. So I personally feel this timeline can be achieved, or maybe even bettered if people really want to do it. It's possible. And as far as technology is concerned, now AMCA technology is fairly clear in our mind as to what we want and what is required, and where it is available and how it is available. A lot of parallel work is going on. So I think that should be able to meet the timelines, according to me. As far as Su-57, S-57, correct? Su-57. So that is concerned, I just want to say is that we have to weigh all the options. And we in Defense Ministry and in Indian Air Force, we have a very set process of induction of any weapon system, and that process will be followed. So what comes will depend on what meets the requirement and what is the best for us. And I'm sure whatever decisions collectively is taken will be best for the Indian Defence Forces. Mr. Dubey's question, as far as Pakistan losses are concerned, I think it was very clear. It was clearly spelled out in the initial debriefs also that we have struck a large number of their airfields, and we've struck a large number of their installations. And what we have gathered from whatever int reports we have got is that on ground, because of our strikes, there have been radars at least 4 places, command and control centers at 2 places, runway, of course, damaged at 2 places. Then 3 of their hangars in 3 different stations have been damaged. And in that hangar, as well as on tarmac, we have signs of one C-130 class of aircraft, one AEW&C class of aircraft, and at least 4 to 5 fighter aircraft, most likely F-16, because that base happened to be F-16, which would have been under maintenance that time. Along with that, one SAM system, which has been destroyed. And so these are the strikes that, the destruction that has taken place on ground by our strikes. And as far as air defense part is concerned, we have clear evidence of one long-range strike, which I talked about, more than 300 kilometers, which happens to be either an AEW&C or a SIGINT aircraft. Along with that, 5 fighters that are high-tech fighters between F-16 and JF-17 class is what our system tells us. Now, coming to the third one, and as far as theaterization is concerned, jointmanship is concerned, jointmanship, we all know, is progressing very well. And as far as new structures, theaterization is nothing but drawing out new structures towards war fighting. Now, that process has to go on. There is no doubt in my mind that we need joint structures to make it formal and clear. Whatever we write,